Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome back to Modern Travel Guide. In this episode, we're checking out St. Louis, home of the 2019 Stanley Cup Champions, St. Louis Blues. Coincidentally, this is also the home of the 2020 NHL All-Star Game from January 23rd to 25th, 2020. As you might have seen in our January 2020 update, check it out right here. In the next couple of months, we'll be having more NHL City Travel Guides, plus some ski resorts and maybe even some other winter travel destinations. I have a confession to make. I'm a huge Blues fan, so this series is really exciting, but especially this first episode. Over the last few years, downtown St. Louis has undergone many changes to try to revitalize this area, and I tell you what, it's really paid off. So come along and see what this awesome sports city has in store for you. As you'll see from the upcoming footage, the weather was pretty bad in St. Louis, so I had to shoot that intro back home. And I guess I did get to play with those blocks.
St. Louis is located in eastern Missouri across the mighty Mississippi River from Illinois. The gateway to the west is the home of not one but two storied professional sports teams. Baseball's St. Louis Cardinals and today's focus, the St. Louis Blues hockey team. Let me know in the comments if I should do another video about the Cardinals. The St. Louis Blues, named after the style of music made famous in St. Louis and the Mississippi Delta, were part of the 1967 NHL expansion. This team has had many great seasons and Hall of Fame players, but had never won the Stanley Cup in their first 51 years in the NHL. That is, until 2019, when they went from the worst team in January to Stanley Cup champions in June. The team, like the Cardinals, has always been loved, but to say the fans are excited is an understatement.
Now your 2019 Stanley Cup champion Blues play here at Enterprise Center, right in between Clark and Market Streets.
Right on 14th Street, this is a great location since most of the main tourist stops in downtown are along Market Street between 18th and the riverfront. 2 blocks west of Enterprise Center is the newly renovated historic Union Station. The former train station now houses a fancy hotel plus the brand new St. Louis Aquarium. In the converted train shed, there is now a fun play area, including a merry-go-round and giant Ferris wheel, plus a big koi lake that has fire and light shows in the evenings every half hour. One of the unique food stops here is Soda Shop, a restaurant with an ice cream parlor feel that specializes in shakes and specialty cocktails. From Union Station to the Gateway Arch, Market Street is full of beautiful architecture. This includes Soldiers Memorial Military Museum and Stiefel Theater, the local opera house, on the north side of Enterprise Center. Heading east, you'll see the green spaces along Market Street, including Keener Plaza Park, dominated by the insanely picturesque view of the Gateway Arch and Old Courthouse. They put up an ice rink around Thanksgiving, which usually closes around New Year's, but this year they kept it up through the 2020 NHL All-Star Weekend. Now if you like history, the Old Courthouse is a great place to check out, with a beautiful dome in the center and a couple historic courtrooms on the second floor. Along the Mississippi River, east of the Old Courthouse, you'll also find the newly updated Gateway Arch National Park. The park is great, with green space everywhere, but the coolest part is the 630-foot Gateway Arch. Below the arch, you can enter the underground visitor center, which includes a great museum, plus the trams that take you to the top of the arch. Speaking of beautiful architecture, for sports fans, St. Louis is a must-see destination. Enterprise Center is newly renovated and beautiful, but on the east end of Clark Avenue is St. Louis's pride and joy, Busch Stadium, home of the St. Louis Cardinals. Ballpark Village here has some restaurants and bars. Also in 2022, St. Louis's new MLS team will open a stadium next to Union Station. Now, since this is really an NHL City Travel Guide, let's talk about attending a Blues game. There are a few parking lots and garages along Clark, known as Brett Hull Way near the arena, including Municipal Parking Plaza. The main entrances are Keel Parking Garage to the west, Hall of Fame Plaza to the south, and 14th Street to the east, and gates open an hour before most events. Seating is mainly 2 levels, starting with section 101 or 301 at the southeast corner going clockwise, plus escalators between the 2 levels are located on the north and south of the arena. Now, a lot of venues across professional sports are moving toward more unique, high-quality food options, and St. Louis is no different. The city is known for its barbecue, plus they love bratwurst, pretzels, and the local specialty, toasted ravioli. These options are available at stands on both levels, plus the plaza level has an Asian stir-fry cart. Also, St. Louis is known as a beer city, so you'll find whatever style you're looking for, even gluten-free beer. Check out Section 120. Keep in mind alcohol service ends at the 12-minute mark of the third period. Between the great food and excited crowds, attending a Blues game can be really fun, even for Blackhawks fans. St. Louis is a cool sports city with lots of history, good food, and interesting attractions. Plus, it's a great place to attend a hockey game. Let's go Blues!
Thanks for tagging along in the first episode of our NHL City Travel Guide. I'm a bit biased because I am a Blues fan, but I think this is a great way to start off this series. Now I hope you guys stick around to check out the other episodes in this series, and maybe check out some of our other series coming up. 2020 is going to be a big year for us at Modern Travel Guide. See ya. Alright guys, if you enjoyed that video, please like and share it. And I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next one.